Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this pick a card reading. Today's reading we have 4 piles. So we have group 1 on the left, group 2 right next to it, group 3 here in the middle, and group 4 on the right. And today's topic for our pick a card reading is where are you growing and where are you distracted? So I'm really excited about today's reading. I asked my guides for inspiration on what my next reading should be, and they gave me these cards. So we have growth, distraction, and let your edges be liquid. So if you're watching this video when I post it, we just came out of the 9/9 portal. So this is a time where we've been ending karmic cycles. So I just thought this so appropriate, although this is a timeless reading. So whenever you find it, it will be relevant to you. There will be messages here for you. But if you are looking at this reading after I post it, I just found collectively this just feels so right because there is a lot we're growing out of. There's a lot of cycles we're growing out of. There's a lot of cycles we're completing, especially with the energy of 9 right now in the collective, because we are in a month of September. And just if you add up and do the numerology for the month this year, we are dealing with a lot of 9s. So we are ending a lot. We're growing out of a lot. But with that does come some distractions when we tend to level up and expand. It does bring in, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Stephen Pressfield, I think is his name. He wrote a book called Turning Pro and other books that are really good. But he talks about this a lot, about how as you're growing and expanding, you come into a lot of resistance, which is the distraction here. It's like, so what's pulling you away and what's inviting you to expand and to ascend. And then with the advice being in the middle, it's like, how can you let your edges be liquid? Like if we think of water, how it just kind of expands and envelops like into whatever vessel is containing it. And how it just like flows. It just like flows and it like fills up. So I really feel like at this time, either if you're watching this when I post it or at the time of wherever you're at in your journey, whatever the present moment is when you're watching this video, you are really being asked to fill up space and expand. And it's like, go to the edge, right? Fill up the edges and in some way release rigidity and the ways you may be limiting yourself or boxing yourself in or trying to fit a particular shape where you need to be creating your own shape the way water does. So I'm just really excited about this reading and this spread that my guides and I have created. I just really think we're going to have some really thoughtful and insightful guidance come in. So let's just get into it. I just want to remind you of your groups so you can choose. Go ahead and just get grounded, center yourself, choose whatever group or groups are sticking out to you at this time. So again, group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And you can go ahead and jump down to the description box below. That will have all the timestamps linked for you. And I will see you in your reading. Thank you. Hey, group 1, welcome to your reading. This reading is for you if you chose pile 1 or this group right here. And I'm so excited to get into this for you. So again, this reading is where are you growing and where are you distracted? So right away, I want to get into it with a signifier card for you guys. So a card to represent group 1. Where are they growing? Where are they distracted? We have the 9 of Swords when I cut the deck. It's really interesting because especially with the topic of today's video, I'm really drawn to the rose and the apple here. And of course, there's this head figure here. She looks like to me she's deep in thought and she's like leaning towards these 2 symbols. I just love this deck and the symbolism of it. It's the Surrealist Tarot. Yeah. And I'm really getting this feeling that you guys, for a lot of you, where you're growing and where you're distracted, it's mental. Swords are a suit that are of our mind. So they do have to do with our mental patterns and our thoughts. But with this rose, I really see something blossoming within you mentally. It could be like you're like building or growing a new mindset or mental pattern, where you're just learning some new things. But with the apple here and the piece taken out of it, it's kind of reminding me of like that saying, the apple of your eye, or it's reminding me of the apple in Snow and White, the apple in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's almost like I feel like you might have a lot of mental distractions that are like, it's like the apple of your eye. Maybe you have something that you desire that's kind of distracting you, or it's been on your mind. I feel like my husband and I have been kind of going through that. Like we've been house hunting, and it's like also like looking at furniture, and I don't know, it's just this, it's like maybe it could be material things are distracting you, things that you desire. I'm just really getting this like desirous vibe from like a red juicy apple. But Nine of Swords can also pertain to like worries and anxieties and things like that. So it could just be you have a lot on your mind, and you are being forced to grow and expand a lot mentally and to release some mental patterns, which, is a nine. Nines are they're all about endings and release, like ending karmic cycles, like I spoke of before with the 9-9 portal that we just went through if you are watching this reading when I posted it. All right, so a card to represent group one. Card to represent group one. Yeah, you definitely have a lot on your mind. I just saw 5 of Wands, which can symbolize internal conflict. Card to represent group one. Card to represent group. Card to represent. Yeah, for some of you, how you're tied up mentally in thought, or even if it's worries and anxieties, it can be draining your energy. I saw 6 of Pentacles too when I was shuffling, and now I'm seeing 6 of Cups, and 6 are all about harmony and balance. Pentacles can be your energy, Cups can be your emotions. So I could really see whatever it is you're going through, it could be really draining you or pulling on your energy and your emotions. So card for group one, lots of growth in group one. So that's great because we are asking where you're growing and where you're distracted. I do see lots of growth, even if you feel like mentally you're a little distracted or a lot distracted. Okay, so card for group one, back. Yes, 7 of Pentacles. I saw this one shuffling. Lots of growth for group one. I love that. And just like I said, I'm seeing lots of mental growth. Even though this isn't typical, like a typical message from the 7 of Pentacles, I am seeing it within this illustration. Obviously, right? We have a skull here and a brain and all the vessels. And yeah, I just really feel, because this is a Pentacles card too, and I see this guy riding a bicycle. It's like whatever you're doing in the physical, some sort of physical work you're putting in, or whatever you're cultivating and growing right now in the physical, I feel like it is expanding your awareness somehow and your mental capacity and potentially your intelligence. All these things I'm seeing with the brain energy here. And it's like really challenging you mentally. It's forcing you to expand mentally. See how this brain is like expanding beyond the skull. So where I see a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, I do see a lot of challenge. This guy looks like he looks kind of weighed down. He looks heavy, and he's pedaling on this bicycle. I mean, in the day and age we're in, bicycles aren't exactly the most efficient mode of transportation. They won't get you there the quickest. So I do see you're potentially coming up to some resistance right now. But I do see you growing a lot, and I see you fostering and cultivating something in the physical. This card is typically like a card of reaping what you sow. So I do see a lot of blessings coming to you through this, but I do see right now you are being asked to have a lot of patience and to just keep working at whatever you're doing, and give it time to grow. Give yourself time to expand. Give your awareness and perception time to open up and expand beyond your circumstance. 7s are always a number of challenge. So like I said, I do see challenge there. Challenge likely being the distractions you're coming up against. And it might be even just like challenges of obstacles you might be coming up against. I'm really seeing how his handlebars looks like he's having to loop around something. So I feel like some of you are having to like navigate around obstacles to get you where you want to go right now. Let's just keep going with your reading. So that card's to represent you. I did see Justice at the bottom of the deck. So definitely a lot of you are clearing out karmic cycles with Justice being here. Yeah, so funny. I picked up the deck and 9 of Pentacles stayed at the bottom on the table. Nines again with ending cycles. I do see you guys building something and attaining some higher level of something within the physical, because we see Pentacles here. And I'm really seeing how these people look like they're climbing the stairs to a higher level. So it's like either you're stepping into like a newer, like higher timeline for yourself, or you're ascending somehow in some level of mastery of something. But it's like I really see you climbing. And 9 of Pentacles is a card that speaks of material abundance and success. So, whatever it is you're doing right now in the physical, whatever it is you're growing or you're cultivating, like I said before, I do see it leading to success in the physical, which is monetary success. I see it being successful for you and your physical energy and your comforts and physical surroundings. So, that's really beautiful. It's just you are dealing with some sort of ending of a karmic cycle, like I said. So for this next card here, this is going to represent your seed of growth. So where are you currently expanding? Where are you growing? Where is group one growing? Where are they currently expanding? Where is group one currently expanding? I feel like we already saw that here, but let's just ask more. So more about where they're growing. Where are they expanding? What's this seed? Where are they growing? Where are they expanding? Okay, we've got another 9. That's so crazy. You guys are definitely ending one cycle, stepping into a new one, because we have 9 of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, with Wands card being here as the 9, Wands can represent your dreams for the future. It could also be your career. So I do, like I said, I saw some leveling up, some mastery of something. So I do see you guys leveling up, growing and expanding within your career for some of you, or others it could be like your passions, like it could be a hobby, it could be, wands are just something that you really desire, that you're really passionate about. They're really fiery energy. So I see some sort of new beginning happening there, and it's pushing you beyond your comfort zone, and it's forcing you to expand. It's really asking you to like dig deep. 9 of Wands is like really about like having grit and having persistence. It's like it can come at a time when we're like really feeling burnt out, or like we're really being pushed beyond our limits. So I just really see you. It's like you're really being pushed beyond your comfort right now. And it is opening up a whole new world for you, a whole new journey. If you really see this egg, it's cracking open and it looks like this ship, it's like set out on a voyage with the sails. The wind like is pushing the sails. It's like forcing it ahead. The waters are choppy. I really see the universe is on your side with this, especially with that justice card we saw earlier. It's like the wheel of karma and fate is behind you, and it's pushing your sails, right? But it's like you're coming in a choppy water. It's not an easy journey, but it's bright, it's new, it's full of opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles here. And it's full of opportunity in the physical, because this is Pentacles. Has great opportunity for monetary success, great opportunity for physical comfort in your physical reality. This is good opportunity for work. Pentacles have to do with your work. And I just really see you transforming right now with these swans here. But it is because we have Ace of Pentacles, and now I'm seeing in the reflection, it's so crazy. These are swans. This looks like the reflection to me, but it's elephants. And elephants and Ace of Pentacles are all about slow growth. They're about having patience and cultivating slow, steady growth. It is about being consistent and having patience and allowing your manifestations to unfold in their own timing. So you're currently expanding, could be within your career or your work, but whatever it is, it's something that you are fired up about, something you're passionate about, and it's a new opportunity in the physical for you, group one. So what distractions are pulling them away from this growth? What distractions pulling? We got 5 of Cups in reverse. I feel like some of you could have experienced some heavier energies of the past. Typically, 5 of Cups is an energy of loss. It could be, some of you could have lost your job or recently changed jobs. Some of you could have had to let go of a previous dream that you had. Just because before we had the Wands energy and we had this new opportunity, like I said, Ace of Pentacles, which Pentacles can symbolize your work. Whatever this represents for you guys, it's like I'm seeing you've had to overcome something with the Nine of Pentacles being here and the Five of Cups. It's like you've had to overcome some heavier energies, maybe some disappointing energies. If you really look at all these guys, they look disappointed, right? That is an energy of this card, but it came up in reverse. So it's symbolizing that you've come out of that. So some distractions could just be like thoughts of the past, energies of the past, or energies of what you've had to overcome, or maybe even just like energies of the challenge, the difficult, like the difficult energies you've had to move through have distracted you or weighed you down energetically or in some way. I love how we see the growth here though. It's like, see how these guys kind of look all bummed out. Like he doesn't really look like he's enjoying his wine. They're sad because they've spilt theirs. He has the bottle though and a cup and he's really enjoying it. He's the growth. He's really focused on the growth. So it's almost like I feel like the medicine here is to focus on what you're growing and not so much on what's died off. But I want to get more information on what exactly is distracting you. It could be too where you've been comfortable in the past or even right now, because we have Nine of Cups here. This is all about being comfortable with where you're at. It could definitely be your emotions. Cups are an energy or a suit of having to do with your emotions are distracting you, especially when you're going through a Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles energy. It's like you're trying to regain some sort of stability in the physical, but your desires, your passions are really tied up in it. So it can be a very emotional journey for you. And we already know it's very mental too. Can we get let me shuffle this deck, guys. So let's get a clarity card for Nine of Swords again. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling a lot of anxieties for the future with this group, a lot of worries about the uncertainties ahead because this is a new beginning for you. Can we get clarity on the Five of Cups and reverse the distractions? Clarity on the distractions. Okay, Eight of Cups in reverse. Another Cups card. So your emotions are definitely what's distracting you from where your focus needs to be. And Eight of Cups in reverse can signify some sort of resistance towards, it's just like resistance on your path, resistance of, because Eight of Cups can be like going on a solo journey to find your ninth cup. It's like to find what authentically fits you, essentially to find your dream life, right? And in reverse, this can signify definitely some elements of escapism. It's like you might be indulging in distractions that aren't serving you, that are just kind of wasting time or depleting energy. You know, like I'm thinking of like drinking too much, binging on Netflix, just wasting time in general, scrolling your phone, getting wrapped up in rumination or thought. It's just like your distractions are just kind of like you're wasting time and empty distractions because on some level, it's like you are indulging in escapism because it's easier than digging your heels in, finding that inner grit that you need to push you through into this next cycle. So I feel like for you guys, the distractions are kind of like an emotional band-aid. It's like you're indulging in some sort of coping mechanism for yourself. So like some good questions to ask yourself or to kind of discover what that is if it's not like easily opening up for you, coming to your awareness. It's like for some people, it could be eating. Some people binge eat or indulge in sweets or like maybe waste time going out to dinner. It's like because it gives them that emotional satisfaction, right? That they are craving to help them get through an unsettled time. For others, it could be, like I said, scrolling, drinking too much, just because we have cups energy here. I have to mention that. Or it could just be wasting time. Either way, I see for you guys, group one, the distraction is an emotional band-aid of some sort. Even though whatever this thing is feels good in the moment, it's really weighing you down. It's really draining your energy and pulling on your energy. If you look at how this figure is bent, hunched over, feels really heavy. and all these guys feel really heavy. So it's definitely the distractions draining you emotionally, even if it's like giving you that dopamine fix, that's like making you feel better. So where is group one being too rigid or resistant? Remember, we want to embrace that energy of the let it be liquid. So where is group one being too resistant or rigid? Where are they being too resistant or rigid? Which is ultimately preventing your growth. So where are you being too resistant or rigid? Oh my God, more cups energy. Temperance. Okay. Where are you being too resistant or rigid? So this card represents what's keeping you stuck, what's preventing you from growing. We got 6 of Cups here. So this is all an energy of being stuck in the past, which is what I was seeing earlier somehow with the 5 of Cups. So maybe times of the past were easier. Maybe 6 is an energy of harmony, of balance. So it's like maybe you're reminiscing on when times were easier, when they felt more balanced, felt more in harmony. Say that to you because we have Temperance at the bottom of the deck, which is all about harmony and balance. I am seeing the message here for you guys, for some of you. It is really important for you to release excess. Like I said, if it's excessive drinking, excessive scrolling, excessive eating, whatever you're doing in excess, Temperance really advises you to take the middle path. And that's going to help you find clarity. I'm really drawn to this eye and the path, the steps entering through the middle of the card. I feel like you guys are getting signs to show you what this behavior is. Because like I said, I feel like it's like an emotional behavior or coping mechanism. And I feel you're getting signs because if we look here, to me, this looked like an eagle. I don't know if you can see it with the piano above it. I heard and also here, this looked like a trumpet, and this is Archangel Michael. It's like you're not hearing the music. It's like your guides, your angels, they're sounding the music. They're trying to get you to, what's that saying? I'm not quite getting it right, but it's like something about like hearing the music. You're not, the messages are there trying to show you what this behavior is that is impeding your growth, and it's like you're not quite getting it, but you're being asked to release rumination of the past, release this idea of the times behind you being easier and more comfortable, and just really embrace balance going forward. So whatever this behavior is that we talked about, that is the distraction, that's somehow derived from an uncomfortable emotional state, right, that you're trying to cope with, you're being asked to not avoid dealing with the emotional root cause of it. And the best way to handle it is just to balance the behavior. It's like set limits on when you can scroll, or how many drinks you have, or I can't remember my other examples. Set boundaries around your eating. It's like, don't mindlessly do these behaviors, realizing you're doing them because you are trying to give yourself some sort of emotional band-aid, and then set limits on them. Try to balance out. Give yourself some balance. Yeah, Lovers, when I cut the deck, that's all about finding balance, finding harmony. How can they soften and let their edges be liquid? This is all about what flexibility or surrender or flow is needed. So what flexibility, surrender, or flow is needed? Flexibility, surrender, or flow is needed. Page of Pentacles. I think this is just really saying you need to surrender to this Ace of Pentacles journey. Whatever this Ace of Pentacles represented for you, it's some new opportunity in the physical realm. The page is a newcomer, a entry level, beginner at something. So it's like whatever you're building in the physical, you're really being asked to just surrender to it. Even if it's hard work creating something new, but letting go of the past and that things were easier in the past, and just surrendering to this new journey, surrendering to being a page, to starting out new at something. And it's kind of like surrendering to the challenge that comes with it. I'm seeing this vine around this person. To me, it looks like a vine that looks like a leaf. And it's like they're just kind of chill. They're wrapped up in it. Their arms are like totally contorted, but they're just surrendering to it. So it's just like whatever twists and turns you have to make on this journey, just go with it. Just flow with it. Let the vines kind of weave up around you, and just gently untangle yourself. It's like if you look at this person and if they were to fight these potential vines, or that's what I'm seeing them as, they're just going to get tighter. They're just going to get more bound up. But if they kind of just release and flow to it, like I'm seeing, this was looking like an instrument to me, like a string instrument. It's like if you just, again, with that message of like, listen to the music. It's just like, let the music guide you, let your intuition guide you, and just like gently unravel yourself. So I'm getting visions of this person like gently turning around, letting one piece kind of open up and fall away, and then gently turning the other way. And it's just kind of like moving with that image again of like, where was it? Yeah, with the elephants, of gently just moving around your obstacles and not trying to fight them or resist them. It's like gently dancing around the obstacle. And it is going to require physical strength. The Page of Pentacles is usually the buffest page in the deck. So I'm getting this idea of too, is just like working your muscles, right? They require, like we said before with the Ace of Pentacles message, it requires consistency. It requires patience. They build over time. So you're being asked to surrender to the journey of patience and consistency. Temperance too is also a message of patience. So that's really reiterating that message of temperance as well. Let's get some oracle cards for you guys. I'm going to use Wisdom of the Oracle. I don't know. I just feel like this has almost a surrealist vibe in some of the artwork too. So I'm just feeling it. Okay. So what's going to help group one what's going to help carry them forward and help them flow? What's going to help them carry forward and flow? What's going to help them carry forward and flow? What's going to help them carry forward? To be fair in reverse. Yeah, I was getting this message earlier too with the Eight of Cups in reverse. I really feel like you guys need to resist some ideas you may have about how things should look or what the path or journey is going to be. To be fair, it's obviously about having fairness. It's like an energy of justice, an energy of balance and being objective, but it came up in reverse. So I feel like some of you might have some tendencies of perfectionism, or it's like you're trying to fit into a certain box or a certain idea of the way things should be or how this should look for you, when it's like you're really being asked to carve your own path, do things your own way. You're being asked to innovate and be different. And you can't do that while fitting some old outdated mold, which is like that energy of the Six of Cups, right? It's like you can't even do things the way you did them before in the past, because that no longer applies. That mold or that cookie cutter method, it's not going to work for this new Ace of Pentacles energy. You are being required to be a little bit more flexible, to be more adaptable, to kind of open up your perspective, to, like I said, that's where you're growing. You're growing mentally. You're growing in your perception and your awareness. So you are being asked to really open up those mental limitations that you've set on yourself. Certain rigid belief systems, or you're being asked to question and reevaluate certain ways of doing things, like the bicycle, right? That's like a certain mode of transportation, a certain way of getting somewhere. If you just think of like the energy of pedaling, it's a lot of physical hard work. You're being challenged to look beyond the old way of doing things, or the quote unquote conventional way, because there's a better way. There's a more efficient way. There's a more innovative way. There's a better way of doing it, whatever this is you're trying to do. So it's like themes of innovation and expansion of perception are really going to help carry you forward. I'm really seeing how she's very open, holding, or pointing to it's giving me, scales, balance vibes. Is that what she's holding? Yeah. And how cute, like it's a fortune cookie and an egg, which are both symbols of opportunity and blessings and good fortune. So it's like really open up. the opportunities are all around you. You just have to see them. Yeah, if you look at the owl, can't owls turn their head almost like 360 degrees? So yeah, expand your perception, your awareness, your way of seeing things. That's really going to help you. Okay, and then what potential can they fully grow into? So this is the vision of who they can become when they align with growth and fluidity. So what potential can they bloom into? Can they grow into? What potential can they bloom or grow into? I saw the beginner at first. That's not what this says. This says broke is the beginning. Okay. Wow. Lots of financial abundance is available for you guys with the piggy bank being broken wide open. With all the money falling out, I'm definitely seeing you. There's a lot of potential for financial abundance and success. But it is requiring you to break wide open like this piggy bank. I do see some of you are going to have to invest money in this endeavor, that is going to be required. Let's see what else. I want to use another deck. So I do see your potential for success and financial abundance is really incredible with whatever this is. Definitely because we saw the 9 of Pentacles earlier. So definitely financial success, financial independence. Your potential for manifesting and building and growing and having the life that you want in the physical. Like I'm talking, the career, money, job, home, physical desires, like material desires. All that potential is really there with whatever this is. You just, like I said, you're going to have to invest some money, and the coins could also be representative of your energy. It's definitely going to take an investment of your energy, of your focus, of your time. These are all Pentacles things. Okay, and I want to get a card for a mantra to help guide you guys forward. This will be a mantra or an image you can meditate on, and it's going to really help you focus and continue to grow and release distraction. So mantra or an image they can meditate on for this group. Mantra or image they can meditate on. Mantra or image. Awesome. The 3 of Wands. So I actually do want to get the guidebook for this and read it to you because she has a little message in it. And I just felt called to use this deck for you guys as mantra. So there must be something here we need to see. I love that it's a Wands energy too. It's that fire energy that we saw earlier. And this is a card of expansion and of like committing to your future, committing to the journey. And it's a 3, it's a card of harmony, which is ultimately what you guys need right now. Beautiful. Okay. So your mantra for this card is, I'm expectant and optimistic, and I know that my dream is on the way. Beautiful, group 1. So again, your mantra, you can repeat this while you're meditating or just, write it and have it somewhere where you can look at it every day. Put it in your phone, on your background of your phone. So I am expectant and optimistic, and I know that my dream is on the way. Okay, group 1, I hope this helped you in some way to realize where you're growing and to identify some distractions that are trying to pull you away from that growth. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2, welcome to your reading. This reading is for you if you chose pile 2, this deck right here. And this reading is all about where are you growing or where are you distracted. So this reading is all about where are you growing and where are you distracted. So let's go ahead and just get into it, and let's get a card for you, group 2. Card for you, group 2. I see the Hermit. Some of you could be doing a lot of introspection right now. I can see some of you actually doing some sort of study, but it's more of a, it could just be, like I said, an introspection. You're studying your own thoughts, behaviors, beliefs, inner world, and expanding your self-awareness. Or it could be like you are studying, like a spiritual study, or reading a lot, looking into, the Hermit brings up things like, philosophy, religion, spirituality, it's like anything that could be expanding your self-awareness. I love that we got the Hermit too, because that is a 9, and this is a timeless reading. So this reading's relevant to you. There's messages here for you whenever you find the video. But if you're watching it right after I posted it, we did come out of the 9-9 portal. So we are going through this energy of the 9 where we're ending cycles, we're stepping into some sort of new beginning for ourselves. And the Hermit is very much of that energy. He's like the hermit that goes into the cave to seek self-realization so that he can emerge out into the world and like teach the masses by sharing his own light and like teaching, showing the way, and how he learned through his own experience. This is the 7. It's really interesting because the first group had a 7 card to represent them. I also feel like group 1, group 2, you guys have come into some challenge recently. And it's interesting how we had the Hermit before, and then this image has a crow up high on a cliff, and these ones are falling below. It's like you've had to climb up somehow. Like it's been an uphill battle, I'm hearing. All right, card to represent group 2, card to represent group 2, card to represent group 2. 2 of Cups. Oh, wow. Beautiful. And the Strength card at the bottom. Wow, I love that because look at both the lions here. That's so beautiful. Yeah. So whatever it is you're going through right now, group 2, you have had to cultivate some inner courage and inner strength and okay, so my camera just timed out. Hopefully, I'm not exactly sure where it timed out, but I just had to reconnect. I think we're good now. But group 2, so I'm reading for group 2, and this card is to represent you. So we got the 2 of Cups energy with the Strength card. And I love how we have a lion here for both. So that really shows me that you have had to cultivate some level of courage and inner strength and fortitude on this journey right now, like whatever it is you're going through. We saw the Hermit earlier when we were shuffling, and I'm really drawn to, in these cards, the limniscate, the infinity symbol, and I can't remember the name of this, but with the Kundalini imagery with the snakes, the caduceus. So I am really seeing you doing some sort of internal alchemy right now within this card, and that is the energy of the Hermit. It's like you're balancing those masculine and feminine, like divine masculine and divine feminine aspects of yourself, and you're really harmonizing them, and you're cultivating this sense of wholeness and completeness within yourself. So that's really beautiful. This is like, it feels for you, group 2, more of an internal journey, where group 1 was a very external in the physical journey. For you, so far, I'm feeling this is like an internal transformation, or like an internal harmonizing and alignment of your energies within. Could be very emotional for you right now, too. You could be going through a lot of emotional healing because we do have the Cups energy and the Strength card. This can talk about dealing with repressed emotion, and it can bring up more of those shadow sides of ourself, like things that we tend to hide or deny out of like shame, fear, or guilt. So it can bring up a lot of emotional wounding. So I do see a lot of healing within this group, a lot of emotional healing, and a lot of, like I said, alchemizing and harmonizing of your energy within you. So what is their seed of growth? Where are they currently expanding in their life? What is their seed of growth? Where are they currently? King of Pentacles. Okay, that's so funny. So this is more of an external card, though. Pentacles are of the material plane. So for you, it could be an internal and an external journey, but where you're growing is you have already attained some level of mastery for yourself in the physical, because you're the King of Pentacles. He's a master manifester. So you're sitting really pretty right now in your life. You have a lot of things in your physical surrounding to be grateful for. You have a lot of fruits of your labor that have really come into fullness. You look at all this fruit here. Yeah, this is Taurus energy, and Taurus is fixed earth. They love pleasures of the senses and having a comfortable physical environment and things of luxury. And so it feels like your physical life is just really good right now. And you've been cultivating that and growing that. And that's actually where you're expanding. So even though things are really good right now, they're expanding beyond this. And that's really interesting because you can't go any higher than a king in the court cards of the tarot. So this is like a really big leveling up energy. We'll find out what you're expanding into, but you guys you're already doing well in your physical environment in life, but you're somehow expanding beyond a level of mastery. You could be just, it's like you've reached the highest point of your growth of something within the physical. And so now it's like the manifestation is evolving. It's like it's blossoming into something else potentially. Because, like I said, the king is the highest you can go. What distractions are pulling group 2 away? What distractions? What distractions are pulling them away? We got the Seven of Cups energy. So, Seven of Cups literally symbolizes distractions. I feel like because you're so comfortable in where you're at, you're having a hard time deciding where you want to go next, what you want to do. You have a lot of options. There's a lot of opportunity here. You're really being asked to get in touch with your personal values and your desires to really gain clarity on your next moves from here, of how you can expand and grow beyond your current situation. And the distractions here are just it's like you're overwhelmed by the options. You're overwhelmed. It's like standing in front of a blank canvas and not knowing what to paint. It's like there's too many scenarios playing out in your head. There's endless possibilities and opportunities laid out in front of you, and you're having a hard time making a decision. But the Sun card at the bottom, it just tells you you're going to be successful in whatever you do as long as it authentically lines up to you and your passions and your desires and what you want. So again, like I said, really getting in touch with those things, your personal desires, your personal values, really making sure you're rooted in them and getting in touch with them, and then make a decision based on what's in alignment with that. Seven of Cups can also speak to what subconscious desires are driving you, or unconscious desires are driving you. And it's like opening up to that in them, like opening up to discovering them. Like you might be choosing or looking at a certain path, or making a decision in a certain way, like the heart versus the snake, based off of an unconscious belief, or it could be, like an inherited belief. Just coming to mind, because both of these to me can be symbolism for medicine. So it's like you might be choosing a certain path because potentially your family or your roots. It's like choosing a career because that's the career your father had, or it's like choosing to go about something in a certain way, like a conventional way, because of tradition, and that's the way society tells us we should do it. So it's like you're kind of being challenged to go beyond those distractions, go beyond the distractions of your conditioning, go beyond the distractions of maybe unconscious patterns or desires that could be driving your thoughts and decision making. And especially being the King of Pentacles, if you do feel like you resonate with the message that you have a lot of material abundance, you could be caught up in, this won't be for everyone, but for whoever that message is suited to, it's like you could be caught up in this thought pattern of needing to acquire, because I'm seeing all these material things here, right? So it's like if you're constantly making decisions on like that next material thing you need to acquire, it might not be in alignment with your true passions, your true desires, your true spiritual calling or spiritual fulfillment, right? So it's like being mindful of what's driving you and what could be distracting or swaying the way you make decisions is going to be really important, because you want to make sure you're making decisions that are authentic to you, which is the Sun. Okay, group 2, where are you being too rigid or resistant? I kind of flipped. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so there is some sort of underlying belief of lack for you guys, which is surprising because you're the King of Pentacles energy. This is a very abundant energy, but whether or not you're aware of it, there could be this belief. You could have even inherited it from your family, or it is just sort of a collective belief. Is very prevalent within the collective right now, is this mentality of scarcity or lack. So it's like you could have unconscious fears of the money running out, or unconscious fears of the money not being enough, or maybe even not having a stable, secure, for some reason, I'm getting stable or secure home environment, because these crows, if they're living or nesting in this tree and this big storm comes along and wipes out the tree, they have no home. So You could have like unconscious fears of disaster ensuing, or calamity, or like King of Pentacles energy can be a business owner. So you could have these deep rooted fears in your unconscious that, your business could go bankrupt one day, that it's all going to be taken from you, is what I'm hearing. So that belief is really forcing you to hold some sort of rigidity or resistance that is blocking future abundance for yourself. So this could be keeping you stuck even in a king energy. It could be keeping you stuck from achieving more, from being open to more abundance and blessings from the universe. It's like expanding beyond the king. I think about like a king acquires a kingdom, he can be very comfortable, but an empire acquires multiple kingdoms. So if you're a king desiring to be an emperor who, like I said, acquires multiple kingdoms because he has an empire of kingdoms, it's like you're going to have to release the rigidity and the comfortability of being the king in order to open up and become the emperor. And how you do that, group 2, is by discovering, like digging up those unconscious belief patterns or fears of scarcity and lack within you that, like I said, you could have inherited from your family, from your ancestors, or just from society, or even from watching the news too much, because I'm really seeing this as a storm coming in. And it's like really playing into that fear factor. And I think really believing that you can have more. Like, even though you're a king, like I said, you can be an emperor. The king isn't the highest ultimately that you have to go. It's just going to take you expanding beyond. It's, dipping out of those court cards and like moving into the major arcana cards of the tarot, the emperor. So there could be too, it's like expanding your perception and beliefs around what you can have and how much you can have. And the idea that the universe it offers us unlimited abundance. There's enough energy, enough money, enough resources, enough abundance to go around to everyone. It'll never run out, right? So this is a false belief. Scarcity and lack is a false belief because we live in an unlimited, abundant universe. It never runs out. How can they soften and let their edges be liquid, right? Advice card, let the edges be liquid. So how can you soften? Like, where are you being asked to create flexibility or surrender to flow? Are you being asked to create flexibility or surrender? You're really being asked to move on your passions. Eight of Wands is a card of action. And it's a card of like striking when the iron's hot. So, and wands are of your passions, of your desires. So it's like once you figure this out, you move through the confusion, you release the limiting beliefs or the scarcity or lack mindset that could be unconscious. Then it's like really move forward on your passions. Don't hesitate. And this card also speaks to focus. Focus on them. Let go of all the distractions, all like potentially the material distractions of what you could do, what you could have, and just really focus in on what's really authentic to you and what your true passions and desires are, which, was the sun earlier. And that's what this card speaks to. And it's like, if you have multiple, maybe narrow it down. Choose one or two and go for those. I mean, I'm tempted to say choose one because I'm really seeing all these wands look like they're going in one direction towards one thing. And it's just like the more you narrow your focus, group 2 for you specifically, the more progression you will experience. And it's like the more flow you'll come into. Let's get an oracle card for you guys. I'm just loving my crow decks lately. I'll use another card or another deck for you after this one, but let's use our crow oracle deck. So what will carry group 2 forward and help them flow? What's going to carry them forward, help them flow? Survival. Okay, that's interesting. Crazy, we got abundance at the bottom. I want to get clarity on that. Clarity on survival. Clarity on survival. So I honestly feel like this is saying what's going to carry you forward is releasing the survival mode, like of the 5 of Pentacles. Like I talked about, it looks like they're in the middle of a storm. They're literally just trying to survive. This guy's being hunted by a predator. Group 2, it's like you do have this underlying fear of, like I said, about either having things being taken from you or it's like this predatory, lingering fear of things going wrong, right? Disaster ensuing. And peace in reverse came up. So it's like I feel this is telling you to cultivate some inner peace, releasing that fight or flight mode of survival, and really trusting in yourself and your own capabilities as a king, trusting that the universe is guiding you and sending you messages, and trusting your own intuition to guide you. Yeah, this is making so much sense because remember we got the Two of Cups energy to represent you. So even though you do have, you're going through something in the physical very much. So what's being required of you and your growth is an internal alchemy, an internal harmonizing and balancing. It has to do with resisting survival mode, or I'm sorry, releasing survival mode and embodying a sense of inner peace and alignment with the messages we saw here. And this is a card of inner peace. And then again, like I said, it's having faith, trusting the divine, trusting in the universe to support you on this, trusting that everything is unfolding in its perfect expression. So there's no need to force or hold on to or resist, or there's no need to be in survival mode. That's just a humanistic instinct that's built in within us, for those times of like the caveman when we had to be in fight or flight mode to survive. It's like, heaven forbid, knock on wood, like I don't see any natural disaster coming for you. I just see it's something you're playing out unconsciously that's driving you, is this fear of impending disaster or loss. So it's like realizing that that is an unconscious pattern that you're being asked to release in order to step into the state of flow and abundance. And the way you do that is just by, honestly, one practice coming to mind that could be really helpful for you guys because you're very practical. You're the King of Pentacles, you're Taurus energy. Really, like, I can't do it because my arms aren't on camera, but like squeezing yourself. You're like if you're seated down in a chair, like squeezing your thighs, or like if you fold your arms, in like a crossed arm position and like squeeze your biceps, it's like literally giving yourself a little squeeze to let yourself know you're safe and comfortable. Could honestly just really help you guys because there is some sort of, you could have grown up where some of you could have gone through Katrina if you're local to where I'm at. Some of you where you did lose everything, right? Or your parents went through, or your grandparents or your great grandparents went through the Depression. And that stuff is kind of carried on within your lineage, these fears, right, that I'm speaking of. And it's like you're really being asked to release those and realize that they're maybe not even yours. They're unconscious fears, and that they don't need to drive you because they are blocking you in some way. And you really are being asked to harmonize your energy, the shadow and the light, and cultivate inner peace to maintain inner alignment for yourself. That's going to get you into flow. What potential can they fully grow into? Let's get one more card. What potential can they fully grow into? What are they blossoming into? What potential can they fully grow into? I love it. The fortune favors the bold. Yeah, you're really being asked to go for your dreams and there and back again. Wow. Okay. So I'm really seeing the mountains of the Emperor. In the Emperor card, there's typically mountains surrounding his empire in the background of the card. So there and back again. I just really feel like you're conquering an empire. You're conquering new worlds. You're going to journey there and back again and attain all that you desire. You just have to have faith and believe in yourself and release these unconscious fears that are weighing you down. And I love this. Not going to read this card because of profanity, but yeah, that was in reverse. So I really feel like that's saying the universe is on your side. The universe is guiding you. They're backing you up. There's nothing to be afraid of, right? Okay, I want to get a card for you for a mantra or an image that you can use to meditate on that is going to just really help you at this time. So I don't know why I'm drawn to this Astro deck for you guys. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm going to try to formulate a mantra for you. And if I need to consult the guidebook for inspiration, I will. But let's get you a mantra or image to meditate on. So mantra or energy, image for them to meditate on, mantra for this group. Group 2. Seventh house in reverse. Oh, that's great because this is your house of long-term commitment and partnership. Oh my God, I love it. And it's to me mirroring this image of the Two of Cups. So I feel like these images are really important for you if you want to meditate on either one of these or both of these. Some really cups usually, or in some decks, it has an embrace of hands. So a mantra for you is, I am coming into inner alignment. My energy is balanced and at peace. Or you can even make it present tense. So it would be, I'm in inner alignment. My energy is in balance and at peace. I am in inner alignment. My energy is in balance and at peace. And I love that you're group 2. That is totally the symbolism of the 2. That is so beautiful, you guys. Well, I really hope that this reading helped you in some way, group 2, and I will see you in your next one. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. This reading is for you if you chose this pile right here or group 3. And again, this reading is all about where are you growing and where are you distracted. So let's just get into it. I want to get a card for you, group 3. Right away, I'm seeing 10 of Swords. So you definitely have come into some endings of some sort. Again, if you're watching this at the time of when I'm posting it, we just came out of the 9-9 portal. 10 of Swords could speak to like ending thought patterns, like mental patterns. It could have to do with beliefs too you have for yourself. Some sort of ending. At its strongest energy, it can be a card of betrayal. So some of you, this whatever ending you've experienced, it could have also been kind of abrupt, like you didn't see it coming, or it could have just, when it's most strongest negative sense, like I said, it can be like someone stabbing you in the back, right? But that's not going to be for everyone. But for some reason, I just felt like mentioning that. That's the 10. We got more Swords cards. 3 of Swords. Yeah, 3 of Swords too can speak to, it's like a need for forgiveness and healing when it's in reverse. So I don't know what's going on for you, group 3, but let's just get into it. I'm going to shuffle these a different way. Group 3, group 3. All right, group 3. So card to signify you, group 3. Card for group 3. Card for group 3. Okay. We've got I believe the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, in this deck, it's the Knave of Pentacles. So this can typically be a student energy, but pages are all about new beginnings. And they're usually a young energy. So it's like, starting something from entry level or building something from the ground up. You could be learning something new because, like I said, it's like a student card. Pentacles they're all about the material realm. So it's like you're on some sort of new journey right now, and it's in the material realm. And it's like you could be being asked to integrate ideas of patience and consistency and discipline, because these are all aspects of Page of Pentacles or Pentacles cards. So where you're growing and where you're distracted, it has to do with you being this new page, embarking on some new endeavor in the physical. And I could see some of you might be struggling with focus. I'm just really noticing here, he's not looking at his pentacle. And it almost looks like he's walking or moving forward. He's not looking where he's going. So there could be some element here too of being distracted. We did get the 2 of Swords here, which this depiction is very different from any that I've ever seen in a 2 of Swords card. Typically it symbolizes like the need for contemplation and introspection, going within and aligning and finding inner peace. And it's so funny, these guys are like in a scuffle. So I don't know if you guys have experienced conflict somehow recently, because we did see that 10 of Swords energy earlier. There could be something going on outside of you or even within you, because it's a Swords card, causing you some sort of internal or external conflict. Like it could be an external source causing you internal conflict, or this could just be energy within you causing you internal conflict. But let's keep going. This is all just for you, to represent you. So what is their seed of growth? Where are they currently expanding? Where are they currently expanding? Seed of growth. Where are they currently expanding? Group 3. Where are they currently expanding? Where is group 3 currently expanding? Okay, 2 cards. Let's just turn them around so I can see them. We got the Lovers in reverse with the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, for some of you, not all of you, I'm just wondering if this could have to do with some sort of partnership with the Lovers here. It could be romantic, it could be a business partner. I didn't say it before, but with that, oh, I think I lost it. But the Two of Swords energy, the little scuffle the guys were in, and the Ten of Swords message earlier, I was getting this story, this narrative in my head. Some of you could have had like a disagreement with business partners. That's kind of been causing you disharmony within your energy. Others of you, I see this Lovers card representing just your internal energy. With the Lovers reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse, it's like you are on some level experiencing some sort of disharmony and like misalignment within your own energy. And the growth, the seed you're planting, where you're expanding, it has to do with very similar actually to group two's message, but it has to do with an internal harmonizing of your energy. I'm really noticing this peacock here, and they're a symbol of transformation. So it's like you're somehow transforming on an inner level, which is very interesting. Pages or Pentacles can actually, they can represent your body. I don't know if some of you could be going through dealing with some physical stuff or some health stuff or some pain stuff. Like this is all stuff of the body. But for some reason that was coming to me with the Pentacles message, and they're naked, right? So I was really focusing on the body. But this is some sort of transformative energy, especially with a nine. Nines are the ending of a cycle, and it came up in reverse. So it says you're coming out of a difficult time, and this expansion it has to either do with your relationship with yourself, and the Lovers card does bring up ideas of somewhat, if you think of the Lovers, like your passions and desires, because that is Wands energy and that could be the Lovers, but also of like your personal values, what you value. The Lovers does bring up this theme of choices. I want to get a clarity card on this because this is a really interesting dynamic. But for you, your expansion, your growth, it's very transformative. Can you clarify what's growing for them, what's expanding? Clarify what's expanding for them. Clarify what's expanding for them. Yeah, I don't know if for some of you, I'm just seeing this dualistic thing playing out. It's like where it could have to do with like you and your body alone. But then I was also seeing like for some people, this energy could have to do with a partnership. And then for others, it's like it could, even though it could be an inner and an outer experience, like I said earlier, with the Two of Swords energy, it's like some of you could be internally transforming, but it's also like you're stepping into this new era within like your work or your career, because that's Wands and Pentacles energy. And with the Five of Pentacles coming in to clarify, it's like that is just really confirming that message of like you're coming out of heavier energies. You're growing out of a some sort of time where things felt limited, or because this is a card of scarcity and lack. So it's like you're coming out of a restrictive time, a time of limit, a time that felt like where you might have been in quote unquote poverty of some sort. You know, this can be a card of like spiritual poverty. It can be a card of like physical, monetary poverty. But it's like you're stepping, somehow you're expanding beyond a time of limited and restrictive circumstances, whether or not this pertains to the physical pentacles or of your expansion of energies within you or within some sort of relationship for some people. I'm seeing a lot of healing for you guys, especially with Temperance at the bottom of the deck. You're experiencing some sort of healing right now within this growth. And it's really challenging you to step into a level of like ownership for your life and some sort of personal power with the Magician in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So what's the distraction pulling them away from this energy? What's the distraction pulling them away? We got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This card in reverse can speak to impatience, like not having enough patience to let things develop and unfold in their own divine timing. It can also be like a card of like not really acknowledging your growth or your accomplishments or where you've come from. And kind of just being wrapped up in the hardship of it, like the struggles of the journey, which is, you know, this energy we saw earlier with the Five of Pentacles. It's this energy you're being asked to grow beyond, because that energy is restricting you. So it's almost like your distraction it's like thinking about all the work you have to put in and all the time it's going to take and the patience and the consistency it's going to require is what's distracting you. It's like that's what's bogging you down. It's almost like getting overwhelmed with everything you have to do, and then it's like not taking initiative or taking action because you're like, oh, it's just so much, you know? And it's like so cute. I almost see this as like a little cherub, and it's like your angels, they're assisting you, they're helping you. It's like, no, the fruits are here. The fruits of your labor, they're actually here and they're blossoming. Let me help carry the load for you a little bit. Yeah, with the hermit at the bottom. And he's like, actually, it looks like he's doing something in this garden. Well, it looks like he's ripping up a page in a book in the garden. But it's like, well, again, I'm getting this message of the body, you guys. Some of you definitely are dealing with some body stuff, some healing in the physical. But the message I was getting here with the hermit is like maybe this feeling too that's distracting you is this feeling of overwhelm, like I spoke of before, but the feeling of like you have to do it all yourself. The hermit can be a very like isolating card. So, but that's not true. Like I said, your guides, your angels are here saying, no, we're helping you. You're not alone. Don't be bogged down or distracted by your efforts and the work. You're being assisted whether or not you're conscious of it. And I think just really, it's like that mindset is draining your energy. And of course, and it's distracting your focus, like we saw earlier here when he's not looking at the pinnacle. It's like you're not looking at the next step you have to take or where you need to go because you're so distracted by all the things. Where are they being too rigid or resistant? Where are they being too rigid or resistant? This is what's keeping you stuck or entangled. Where are they being too rigid or resistant? Lots of reversed cards. 9 of Pentacles. This reading is somewhat similar to group two's reading. If you're at all drawn to it, you can go back and listen to group 2 and see if there's messages there for you. You're being too resistant in what you believe you can have for yourself and in your ability to transform internally. You might be hanging on to old belief patterns that aren't serving you, old ideas of what you can have for your success and maybe even what success looks like. You could have like inherited beliefs from your ancestors, your family, from society of what that is. And that's kind of what the 9 of Pentacles speaks to, your internal garden, but you know, it also speaks to material abundance and success. And it's like what you can accomplish on your own. I am very much seeing, so I saw a partnership energy potentially for some people, but I feel like the majority of the people connecting to this reading, because look, we have partners here, but potentially the majority of you connecting to the reading, this is a solo journey and you feel like you're having to do everything on your own. And that can feel very limiting because you're only one person, right? You have a fixed amount of energy, but it's like the universe is trying to get you to open up and see that you're being assisted. And it doesn't matter, you know, what the limitations of your human body and human awareness are, because the infinite is infinite, right? They have unlimited resources and abundance and assistance at their disposal, right? So it's like, don't box yourself into what you can have because you have limited energy and a limited awareness. It's like realize the abundant energy of the universe and release any unconscious thought patterns, beliefs, or ideas you have around success that could be limiting you, or that you have around abundance that could be limiting you. How can they soften and let their edges be liquid? Do you remember so let your edges be liquid card for the advice? So where do they need to cultivate flexibility or surrender? How can they soften, let their edges be liquid? Can they cultivate flexibility and surrender? Let's go ahead and get you an oracle deck for this. So I'm drawn to get you an energy oracle card. For some reason, this deck does have angels in it, and I'm definitely getting angel vibes from this group 3. But let's just go ahead. I haven't used this oracle deck in any of the other readings, but let's use it for you. So where do they need to soften, be liquid, cultivate flexibility, and surrender? Where can they soften? Yeah, all tied up. Wow. Oh, beautiful. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Yeah, I really see your heart opening and expanding. Archangel Raphael is here to help you right now. Open up your heart. And he is the healer of all the archangels, right? So, like I said, I don't know, group three. I just feel it may not be for all of you, but some of you are dealing with some health stuff, some potential illness of the body, or just some health concerns of the body that are contributing to your distraction. For some of you, it could just be pain, like I'm seeing like back pain would make it really hard for her to carry this load. Or it could not be, it doesn't have to be illness, but it could be just like pregnancy, right? Pregnancy has to do with your health and it is taxing on your body. So I guess to reframe what I said, but it could just be I see something taxing on potentially your body. And like I mentioned before, it could even just be pain that you're experiencing. And I think it's contributing to this all tied up energy. It's part of what's kind of keeping you stuck. So definitely healing is going to help you release that and create more flow in your life and soften you. I think it's like the trust and belief and faith in the divine to help you heal is really important for this group. It's going to really help you soften right now and really help you to be more flexible. So crazy. I just cut the deck. We got caring connections. Okay. So for some of you, like I said, this is a partnership energy for some of you connecting to this. So I even feel like it's assistance, whatever your scenario it is, whether you're healing a relationship or you're healing your own physical body, call in Archangel for assistance. He's here to help you with that. Realize your rigidity and resistance in the situation, or maybe just like your stress of it. It can be softened by healing. So really opening your heart and bringing and letting in this healing energy with the assistance of Archangel Raphael. That's really going to help you. And I think it's just more of like a surrendering to a healing. That's really going to help you. I want to get you a little bit more advice on this though. So cute. Happy family at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Some of you, like I said, it pertains to a relationship or some kind of, it's like a physical situation of happy family and home. I'm getting more information on how with this flexibility and surrender and flow, what's needed, more information and more advice on that. Water has memory. Okay, water can be very cleansing for you guys. So I really see that cleansing salt baths, cleansing showers, or even rubbing salt on your body in the shower if you don't have time for a bath can be really healing for you guys. Cleansing with water, blessing your water before you drink it. That's really going to help you with this healing right now. It's going to help you release the rigidity that's being required to release. It's interesting too, because Five of Pentacles in reverse can be a card of healing of the physical body. Upright, it can be a card of illness or just things that are taxing on the body. So like I said, I am seeing that for some of you guys, but whatever this is for you, water is going to really help you heal. And it's part of your growth is this healing of your body. It's like you might be with that inner alignment I saw earlier of the lovers. It's like when you spiritually ascend, it requires your physical body to change and grow. And you do go through physical healing. You might go through physical changes. A lot of people experience physical changes, or even it's like physical ailments along the way. I've been reading a lot lately about, I read Yogananda, so Paramahansa Yogananda's autobiography of a yogi. And then I read another autobiography of, I can't remember, I think, is it Wings of a Bird is the title? I think there's another one called Goddess Among Us, but it's on Anandamaya Ma and her story of her life and her teachings. But a lot of these self-realized masters, it's so interesting. You read about them, they all come into illness. It's just part of the journey. But realizing, like, as you're going through this ascension process, ultimately, because we all are, we're just growing at our own rate. So whether or not you're conscious of it, you're ascending, okay? And your body's going to go through changes. You're going to encounter pain. That's also just a very karmically, it's part of the karmic lessons we're here to learn, right? It's part of our karma. Pain manifests sometimes to help us like burn up old karma. Like there was this one story in the book of Anandamaya Ma where she's holding a coal when she helps heal someone from an illness. But while she did it, she held a coal because, that person had that illness or experienced that illness potentially because, you know, I'm a big believer of everything happens for a reason. And, you know, we learn something from all of it. And it's like that illness, it produced growth for that soul, right? Even though some illnesses, they can be very painful, very horrible. We wouldn't wish that on anyone. It somehow helps our soul evolve and grow. And it can sometimes have to do with karma we've accrued from past lives. So it's like Anandamaya Ma, she took on that pain of the hot coal to kind of help take on some of that person's karma so she could help heal the illness. So I don't mean to go too far off on a tangent with you guys, but just to let you know that the illness is part of a human journey if you are experiencing illness or if you're just experiencing some form of physical limitation. Okay, so my camera just cut out. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure where it cut out, but what I was getting at is I'm not trying to go off all on a tangent, but basically it's like ailments, you know, pain, illness, all this stuff, it's part of our human journey. We learn and grow through it. So it's just realizing that, having compassion for yourself as you go through that process, using water to help you cleanse and heal. And then, okay, and I just want to get, so what energy is going to help carry them forward? What's going to help you flow? What energy is going to help carry you forward? Pretty, yeah. So I really feel like right now, you guys are just really being asked to cleanse and heal. So anything you can do to support yourself and your purity. So purity of your thoughts, potentially. I think really doing meditation practice where you like see yourself in golden light, you know, bring love and healing and golden light, because I'm seeing all the gold in this card, to whatever your ailment is, wherever your pain is, if you're suffering from illness, you know, bring it to your illness, just to your body in general. I'm focused on on the flesh in a lot of this reading, right? Just focus on cleansing. I think that's really going to help you guys in this growth and expansion and releasing the distraction of the burden of what you're dealing with. I've personally been dealing with some shoulder pain I've never had before. And every night when I get in bed, when it's like the worst, right? Because you're like still and you can feel it. I've been sending golden light or whatever color light I feel like doing at the time and love. Oh my goodness, you guys. So my camera timed out multiple times during this reading. I don't know what's going on with that. It's never done that before. So let's go ahead and finish up your reading. I'm not sure where I left off with this card, but I did want to mention, you know, if this is for some of you a partnership situation, because we saw caring connections and I saw the couples in some of these cards. Definitely doing like a sexy bath together, a cleansing bath will help you. If it caught on the recording, the meditation with the golden energy to kind of help you know, just bringing golden energy and light to wherever in your body that could need healing. You could do the same thing to your relationship. So you could do like a partner meditation and just bring golden light to each other. Definitely with the water energy. I talked about the baths, but even blessing your own water and the water of your partners before you give them a glass of water, I can see that being helpful. Let's just get your final two cards. So what is the potential that they can grow into? The potential that they're going to grow into. What are you going to blossom into that you can fully grow into when you embrace the growth and fluidity? What's the potential? No place like home. Oh, so this is beautiful. It came up in reverse. I just really feel like you have the potential to really find sanctuary and peace within you because it came up in reverse. You do have the potential of the lovers of finding this inner alignment and peace. I think it is embracing this healing that's being offered to you by your angels, really doing those practices that help cultivate healing and nurture your energy. And then I wanted to get a final mantra for you. So this is like the drop of water. This is a mantra or an image you can meditate on that's going to help you with this healing for this group. So mantra for group 3, mantra for group 3, mantra for group 3, mantra. Wow, judgment. Oh, and I love that the 2 of cups at the bottom, right? This is my true love card. If this is a partnership and you're going through some challenge, this is a really positive sign for me that this is a true love connection. This could also just symbolize that you, like if you're not in a relationship and this is not about a connection with someone else, this is about your internal connection within yourself. And it is really beautiful because it's really showing the harmony that is potentially there for you to achieve. And judgment is all about a rebirth and a liberation. So I actually want to consult the guidebook because she does put some affirmations in here and I think it could be really powerful for you to use for your mantra. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah. It says, hello, essence. I invite you to show up every day. I invite my soul to shine unapologetically. So your mantra is, hello, essence. I invite you to show up every day. I invite my soul to shine unapologetically. So group 3, I hope this reading helped you in some way, and I hope that I got it all on the recording and it's not too choppy. But I will see you in your next one. Bye-bye. Hey, group 4, welcome to your reading. This reading is for you if you chose group 4 or this pile right here. And again, this reading is all on where are you growing and where are you distracted? Got 10 of Pentacles here. This is a card of abundance. It's also a card of legacy. It has a lot to do with family, and it's pentacles of the physical realm, but it's also like what we pass down, like to future generations. So that's really interesting. I'm not sure what that signifies yet, but let's just get a card for you. Let's get a card for you right now. That might be something that's really important to you guys right now, group 4. It does bring up ideas of security, and I'm seeing the 5 of Cups showing up here, which does signify some sort of loss. This is typically a card of loss and grief. It can be kind of a card of being like stuck in the vibration of disappointment and sadness, loss, like I said. So card for group 4. Let's get some more information. Card for group 4. One of these cards. It's so crazy. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. Which is like, especially this depiction's like really echoing a similar message of the 10 of Pentacles. Because 6 of Pentacles is like having enough to give. It's like having enough energy to give out to others, having enough money to give out to others. It's really a card of generosity. And the same thing with 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is like, it's like having enough. It's like working really hard and building up enough wealth and abundance to last you generations. It's also just about like having security, not even just financial, but of like a home to pass on to future generations. That's like a safe place, right? A safe place you can call home. It's also like a name. Like a name can be a legacy. A reputation can be a legacy. Yeah, lots of Pentacles cards for this group. I'm just really seeing it's like somehow, I don't know if that's what's growing within you. We're going to find out, but somehow it's like there is a need for security and for the practical things right now with all these pentacles showing up. Let's get a card to represent group 4. So represent group 4, guys. Okay, you got 2. Okay, so we got the Tower. Wow. And the 6 of Swords to represent you, group 4. So there's a lot of dismantling happening for you guys with the Tower here and the 6 of Swords. There's lots of change surrounding you. The Tower card is, it's a card where your reality is shifting. It speaks of a time when potentially we've built up a life, because it's so interesting. I keep remembering and thinking about that idea of security that we kept seeing when I was shuffling. And the Tower is all about, it's when you've built up a life on a weak foundation. It can be the Tower, like if you just think of the actual like physical aesthetics of a tower, it's very isolating and it keeps you trapped. So this is a tower that it can sometimes be about being stuck in illusion. But so right now, your symbolic or maybe even very literal tower is being dismantled, meaning some things at your core are being shaken up. It could be belief systems within you are being challenged. It could be just shifts in your reality. Like this is like losing a home, losing a job. I'm not saying it has to be these things, but this can be big energy like that. And whether or not it's external outside of you, like changes within your external reality, or if it's within you where, like I said, your belief systems could be changing, beliefs you have about yourself, illusions could be being challenged. It can be kind of like that veil breaking open and you're kind of finally realizing the tower you've kept yourself in. This lightning bolt is like, it's a symbolism of divine intervention kind of coming in and reordering your reality to better suit your authentic needs. It's like to better to suit your highest good. And the Six of Swords is a card of transition. It's really a card of moving on to more peaceful times. They're moving to more peaceful waters. So a lot of change surrounds you right now. Potentially a lot of radical energy is surrounding you right now, but you are coming into a more harmonized and peaceful time with the Six of Swords coming in here. So while this energy can be a really difficult energy, it's kind of like you're recovering from whatever this upheaval could represent for you. Like I said, it could be external or it could be internal. Swords do pertain to the mind. So I do see for some of you, this could be representing your internal energy. It could also just be like a shedding of the parts of yourself, even like the shedding of your ego. And it's like you're coming into like the best version of yourself. You're peeling back those layers of like the mask you may wear, or like illusions you may have held that you didn't realize. And it's like now you're moving on to a more aligned place, because sixes are all about harmony and alignment. So for this group, I feel you guys are going through a lot of growth, and it's really big growth because we got a major arcana card here. I don't think any other group got a major arcana card to represent them, and no other group got 2 cards to represent them. But let's just keep going to see what we have here. So this card represents your growth, your seed of growth. What is currently expanding for group 4? So it came up in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, definitely, like I said, you're coming into a better time for yourself. This card does signify, especially in reverse, it says that the hard times are behind you. So you could be feeling like energy of exhaustion, of feeling burnt out. I feel like this group 4, you've been through a lot, which is this energy we saw before to represent you. But you are coming out of it, and the growth has to do with at least the seeds of growth. They're planted from what you've overcome. So it's like the experience you've been through, of course, it wasn't for nothing. It is seeding your growth and your future. Wands are an energy of like your dreams for the future and your passion. Wherever it is you're going with the Six of Swords here, like whatever direction you're headed, things are going to get much easier. They're going to be much more peaceful. And it is in more alignment with your heart's desires and your passions and your dreams. So I see a lot of growth in those areas of your life with the Wands energy coming in. And like I said, it's just group 4, things are going to get a lot better. Even though, you are growing a lot and it's been rather painful. You're definitely experiencing the growing pains, right? But also this is a 9, which is really beautiful. If you're watching this at the time I post it, we just came out of the 9-9 portal, which is all about ending karmic cycles. So this is like a new beginning for you guys. You are really being challenged to go after your dreams fearlessly. We have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and that's what that says here. So what distractions are pulling them away? What's draining their focus? Yeah, what distractions are potentially pulling them away? 2 of Swords, and then we got the 7 of Swords in reverse. I want to get more clarity on that. Let's get more clarity on the 2 of Swords. More clarity on the 2 of Swords, guys, on this distraction. Ace of Cups. Okay, so when I asked this, I asked for what are the distractions pulling you away, but I also said what's draining your energy. And I think that's really important to note here, because what I'm seeing that you guys are going through a big transformation. And like I said, it has been very challenging for you. If you just look at the person on this card, you can see she's got a bandage on her head. She looks pretty beat up. I mean, she's had a rough time of it, right? You look at this card, they're literally leaping from a building going up in flames. I mean, that's some pretty rough energy, right? Group 4, I think it has been a challenge to find that internal peace that you are ultimately coming into with the 6 of Swords energy to represent you. But I feel like the distraction, it's been hard. It's been hard to find that internal calm. And this card too can sometimes be like feeling like you're being stuck between a rock and a hard place. But it has the duality of the two and like of making choices. It can be very much the Tower can be very much about being at a pivotal point in your journey, and so can the Two of Swords. The Tower, if you look at the journey of the major arcana, you just came from the Devil card, which is 15, the Tower's 16, and then the Star comes after. The Star is the 17th card, and that brings like the relief and the healing. So it's like, I feel like the distraction keeping you away it's been the alignment of your internal energy, and maybe even creating time and space for like introspection, contemplation, meditation, just that inner peace, inner alignment has been difficult. But the Ace of Cups comes in here. It's giving me the reason why. You're going through a spiritual purification right now. And that's what the Ace of Cups says. I'm really drawn to the lotus in this card that, does symbolize, right? The lotus comes up through like the muddy, murky water, and it blooms at the surface. So it's like, that's what you're going through right now. The best way I can explain it, it is a spiritual purification. And the distraction has been the challenge of like creating and finding that internal alignment within yourself to kind of just allow this process to unfold the way that it needs to, because this is a difficult energy. And it's interesting, your group 4, I kept bringing up, this idea kept coming to me when I was shuffling about like security, and some sort of like stability for the future, right? This idea of like legacy. And it's almost like because you've experienced so much change recently, it's like you're trying to find a leg to stand on, I'm hearing. It's like the challenge has been, the distraction has been trying to maintain a calm inner environment and an inner stable energy when the energy outside of you is so like chaotic, unpredictable, or it's shifting so much, right? The Seven of Swords in reverse, it can speak to like somehow releasing some sort of this, like this again speaks to the kind of illusion energy of the Tower, and then it came up in reverse, so it does say that you're releasing that. This can be upright, like kind of a deceptive card, right? It looks like he's stealing swords. So you're shedding some parts of yourself potentially, or aspects of your reality that were essentially illusions, that maybe gave you the illusion of a security, just like a tower can give you the illusion of security. But it's like having that illusion of security with a tower, but in reality it's not offering you security, it's offering you separation and isolation. And it's almost like the security you desire is in the connection, like connection to spirit, maybe connection, intimacy with others, connection to your own intuition. These cards are both cards of intuition. Maybe you're feeling blocked from your intuition right now, and that's distracting, because certainly with what you're going through right now, group 4, having a connection with your intuition would be very helpful. This also could just symbolize too, it's like, again, with that spiritual purification label and this process you're going through, it's like, Ace of Cups can be like a new relationship. So it could be that your the distraction has been kind of adapting to this situation and having to develop a new relationship with yourself and your internal environment, your intuition, your inner alignment, all those sorts of things that I touched on earlier. But yeah, I really just feel like this process, it is draining your energy, and it can, a spiritual, like, when you're growing and ascending spiritually, when you're going through a spiritual purification, that can be very draining. Symptoms like fatigue can show up, brain fog. And when lots of people think and speak about spirituality, it's very beautiful, right? And full of love and everything. And this card totally is. But it can also be a very painful process. It's not always easy. In what ways, or where are they being too rigid or resistant? Where are they being too rigid or resistant? This is the Page of Pentacles. This card can represent an opportunity in the physical. It's typically, a page is like about a new beginning, and pentacles are about the physical realm. It's also a student card. So I don't know if it's almost, I'm getting this vibe that you could be too rigid or limiting in your belief about, what you can have, because The pages are usually very open and optimistic. It's like they're a sponge. They're ready to learn, especially this page. But they're entry level. They're at the beginning. So it's almost like this could represent like a belief you have about yourself that could be keeping you stuck. It's like if you only believe what you can attain is like the level of a page, you're never going to get the true abundance you desire, like that we saw the 10 of Pentacles, which is the ultimate card of physical abundance. This is all confirming the message for me because we see the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is also a card of physical abundance, and it's about building physical abundance on our own. It's about having strong independence and like being proud of what we've grown and like essentially cultivating our garden, right? But that would represent tending to those things that you hold dear, that you want to build, that you want to have for yourself. It's like focusing on them and putting in the hard, consistent work of the pentacle. The energy of the pentacle, like the suit of pentacles in tarot, requires patience, consistency, and hard work. If you look at the grapes on the card, this is all a lesson of like this woman, she's built up this beautiful vineyard, right? It takes a lot of hard work, focus, and consistency to have a successful vineyard because there's a certain way to harvest the grapes and they're not always ripe or juicy or flavorful, right? They're not always in season. It just takes what I'm getting at. I don't know all the ins and out of making wine or cultivating grapes, but it's like it takes a lot of attention to detail and a lot of focus and a lot of nurturing and care. So what this is saying here with the Page of Pentacles on where you could be being too rigid, essentially this is like what fears are blocking you. And this is somehow around fears of what you can have. Because this is saying your belief in yourself is that of a page, which is entry level. He has very little success. He's quite new to something. He hasn't attained mastery at all. He's the beginning, the first card in the court cards. But the 9 of Pentacles, she's some woman that's built something from the ground up and turned it into success. Especially with the devil coming up in reverse behind her. This is all about releasing limiting beliefs. So I do believe for some of you, this tower in the beginning to represent you is pertaining to some limiting beliefs. And what could be potentially distracting you or keeping you stuck right now is some limiting beliefs you have about yourself and about what you can have pertaining to your potentially monetary success and abundance. Potentially, Pentacles also have to do with your body. So it could be limiting beliefs you have about your body, either about the health of your body or the way it looks. Maybe some of you are, it's like having certain health and fitness goals that you wish to attain, but not believing in yourself to be able to achieve it from where you're at to get to where you want to be. And it also says it's like almost that lack of connection and belief in yourself it's what's contributing to the draining of your energy. This feeling right here, right? The burnout, the drain out, the exhaustion. And it's also blocking, the allowance of abundance to step into your life. And it is almost like you're going through on a larger scale, some sort of transcendence of your physical limitations, of your personal situation, and like attaining a connection to your ultimate infinite potential of your divinity, of the spirit within you that's within all of us. And even like your connection to the universe and abundance consciousness and this ability for us, each and every one of us, to achieve whatever we desire and whatever we dream of and all the abundance we could ever want. How can they soften and let their edges be liquid? Remember our card of let your edges be liquid. So it's like, how can you soften a little bit and release this rigidity and maybe adopt flexibility and surrender? Where can they soften? How can group force soften and let their edges be liquid? How can they soften? Yeah, this is all, like I said, it's an internal transformation. It's all within you. It is an illusion. That illusion of the tower I spoke of, you can really see it in this card, the 8 of Swords. She's tied up by binds with 8 swords surrounding her. The tide is out. It's about to come back in. She's definitely in a pickle, right? If she just tuned into her intuition, that challenge that you have, it's like maybe you've been too distracted to actually effectively be able to connect to your intuition, which is a really important thing for you to do right now. Because if she took the time to slow down, take some deep breaths, and really tune into her inner world, and connect to her intuition, connect to her heart, she would realize she has everything she needs to get herself out of this predicament. She just needs to wiggle over to a sword, shimmy kind of in front of it, cut open her binds, and walk away from the situation, totally unscathed before the tide comes out or in. So the best way you can soften and let your edges be liquid would be to connect to your intuition and let that guide you group 4. And really that's going to give you the security you ultimately desire, because it won't fail you. Everything around you is pivoting and shifting and changing. It's very unstable energy. You can't rely on it. It won't give you something outside of you right now is not going to give you security. It might give you immediate satisfaction and the illusion of security, but the only security that you can find that you desire is found within. So really connecting with yourself is going to be the best thing for you right now to help you in this journey, to help it go easier, and to help you reach that more peaceful place more quickly. Yeah, that's so funny. We got Page of Cups at the bottom. This is totally a card of intuition. You got like all of the cards of intuition in the deck. All right, so what's going to carry you forward if you let go? What's going to guide you to release resistance? What's going to carry you forward? So we got the 3 of Wands. So this is all about committing to the dream. Again, we get Wands energy. So this is about a dream you have. This is about something that you're passionate about. It's some kind of fiery desire, right? It's Wands energy. This 3 is all about committing to the dream. It's about committing to a plan. It can be about having a plan, having strategy. But what's going to move you forward is it's really taking steps towards your dream and committing to it. Like he has his bags packed. He's ready to go out on a voyage. So it's time to take action on your dreams. That's what the Hanged Man in reverse is confirming. Let's get some oracle cards for you guys. Okay, and I want a card for what potential can they fully grow into? Let's get a couple cards from a couple different decks. Oh my God, I cut this deck and we have intuition. That is crazy. It's like loud and clear, right? The message, you guys need to connect to your intuition. You're probably very intuitive. It's just very blocked right now because you're going through a lot. Like I said, it's like this spiritual purification energy. It's big energy, lots of change, lots of energy surrounding you. Whenever I think of a spiritual purification, I think of fire. And that's probably because wands are more of like one of probably the most spiritual suit in the tarot deck of the 4 suits. And wands are associated with fire. For some reason, when I hear the word spiritual purification, I think of a fire, like purification by fire, which if you think of purification by fire, to me, that just feels pretty painful. I think of the scenario of the phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, it's like you're burning away all those things that you're shedding that don't serve you, like those limiting beliefs. So what is their potential that they can fully grow into? It's like, what are they blooming into? This is like the vision of who you'll become after the growth, through the growth. So what are they growing into? What can they potential, what they can fully grow into? Okay, freedom. Yes, this is perfect. Freedom from that tower. This is a free, fully liberated you. I love that. Anything else, guides? Oh my God, there's a tower in this card. That is so beautiful. You are releasing yourself from this tower. It's like you're going to have wings. You're going to be able to soar. You're going to be completely free from whatever this heavier energy is of the 9 of Wands. And that energy of exhaustion and burnout. Completely free and liberated. I love it. Anything else, guys? Any more messages for group 4 about what they're growing into? Any more messages for group 4? What they're growing in? Healing. Yes. And that does make sense. Especially, I talked about how beat up she looked here. Definitely some healing happening for you guys. Could be healing on many different levels. It could be energetic healing, spiritual healing, and it could also be physical healing. Any other messages for this group? X marks the spot. This is so funny. So see how it says X marks the spot? There's an X here. There's an X on the back. To me, it looks like a vehicle. Welcome to X speed. I just really feel like this is saying, it's totally reminding me of this card, like see the X. It's all saying it's all within you. Stop looking for security or validation outside of yourself. Look within. It's all within you. Look at the X's everywhere. I'm even seeing X's up here. Oh, X's in the clouds. I don't know why this is taking me so long to see this. X on the blip. Yeah, this is all just saying everything you need is within you. Stop looking outside of yourself. Start cultivating that security within yourself. X marks the spot. I love it. All right. I did want to get a card for you too to represent your mantra, and it's so funny. As I was shuffling for this one, I was thinking of that too. I need to get your mantra, but I went ahead and got you an extra message. But I just think this is perfect for you guys, for your mantra. So let's just adapt it and use it. So this is for an image that you can meditate on, or a mantra you can meditate on that's going to help you right now, group 4, in your growing process and in releasing distractions, or for you releasing illusions. But your mantra is everything I need is within me. I am the key. X marks the spot. So everything I need is within me. I am the key. All right, group 4, I hope that this reading helped you in some way, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.